What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? DoctorDDub here, and welcome to the FarmFolks pre-alpha demo version 0.0.1.18. There's actually a lot more stuff in this update than the last, so I'm actually going to be splitting this video up into 3 parts. Each part's going to cover something different. Today we're going to be covering the world changes themselves, like the physical world that we're in, some weather, as well as just some general quality of life stuff. The next 2 videos on this update I plan on doing, one will be covering the fishing system, which is now in-game, which is kind of cool. It's got some work to go, but it's in-game. And then another video will cover everything related to crops, animals, and machines. But to start things off, you'll notice we're picking up our tools here. We get pesticide, which is literally like fused with our hand. Got a little Thor action, and it disappears. I don't know why. It's very strange. But if you click and hold, just like with the trowel, we'll click and hold with the trowel, you can see which seeds you're going to plant. Same system for the pesticide container. You would have your different pesticides here, and then your equipped one will be here on the left. Your crops can now get infected, so that's the thing. So that's what that's for. And then I've seen this spawning at different spots, but I'm pretty sure this is where it's supposed to spawn. The fishing rod is right here. Our axe is still back here like normal. And then, of course, we've got our building tool, or our build tool, and our pickaxe right here. So those are all the tools currently in the game. And let's just start exploring a little bit. There's some new areas that are now accessible that are just awesome. And some of which I haven't even been to yet. So some of this will be new exploration for us together. So this pathway here is blocked off, just like it had been. But over here, we actually have access to some more of the woods, and we can actually head down to the beach, which is kind of awesome. I've also noticed there is a little bit of a graphical issue introduced in this update, where with the birch trees, as you approach them, they change textures once you get close enough. It's very bizarre. Like this one right here on my left, you could just, it's a proximity thing, I'm pretty sure. It's kind of cool, but in a, it totally shouldn't be there kind of way. And then some of the more striking changes are just the way everything looks. Everything's got a different hue to it. It's a little bit more orange and feels more summery. I know I'm saying this as the sun is setting, so it's getting a little bit darker. But everything's got a different look to it, and it's just nice. Oh, and I don't know how I haven't called attention to this already. There's sound effects, and I didn't have to spend hours putting them in. They're just part of the game now, which is amazing. Another thing that's been added are ore deposits. I don't exactly know what purpose they have quite yet. I'm pretty sure it's used for smelting, but there's a couple pockets around the map. Oh, the sound effects are just so good. Where you can get coal. There's one here, one further along the beach, and you'll notice that the wave effects they're based on elevation, I guess. So it's kind of cool. If you run over to the water and you stand as close as you possibly can to it. We're up to our neck right now. Just give it a sec. We're now underwater. It's interesting, that's for sure. But there's this little outcropping over here that you can now access. It's so cool. There's so much stuff you can access. And this is just a fraction of the entire map, which is so cool. I won't cover all of this, so you guys can have some stuff to explore yourself. But that's pretty much it for over here. There's another coal outcropping over there, and then a dead end over there. So let's head back closer to the farm and explore in that area some more. Alright, this actually isn't far from where we just were, but we can now access this cliffside and get a lovely view of the ocean. It's so beautiful. There's no way of accessing that cliff and getting up top there, but you can see there's some goodies up there. And what's this? We're moving faster? That's right, sprint has been added. Just hold left shift, and oh my goodness, is it awesome. And the physics are interesting too, that's for sure. Another thing I noticed that's been added is that directly above my head, That is a giant ore deposit of some kind, and I don't know what it is, but we can't even get to it, so that's unfortunate. All right, though, I want to head over by the waterfall real quick. Something's been added over here. But if we head this direction, and I can't get over the sound effects. It's so nice. Oh my gosh. And another change, if you hold control, you can zoom in and out to get a nice close-up of your face, or zoom out like you're playing an MMO. It's so nice. Here's some more coal. Oh, but we've got waterfall sound effects and everything. Oh, it's so nice. This game has so much potential. It's going to be something else when it's done. Lovely clipping rock textures here as well. And then if we run along the water, there is some new goodies to see. And I haven't been inside one of them yet. That's right, inside one of said goodies. Because it's a cave, and it's so cool. You can see it just as we round the corner here. Part of the cliff has been opened up into a cave, which is awesome. And there's a little sign here as well, right outside the cave, which if you press E on once it's highlighted, you can talk to it. Building here requires 300 oak wood logs. We'll come back to that in a sec, but I want to explore this cave, and I haven't been inside here yet. So this is new to me as well. Ooh. The music changed. You guys know how I like my music. Ooh, and then there's... Is this copper ore? Actually, you know what? This looks like a smaller, probably normal-sized version. Yeah, 4 copper ore. Normal-sized version of what we saw on that cliff. And then that is Ethan's pineapple that he made. I guess he's showing it off. Oh, that's amazing. It's a floating water pineapple. I love it. And Eliana, if you're watching, she's the one who made all the music and sound effects for this game. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to have to come in here and just like record this just to have it. Oh, it's so nice. And you can totally tell the similar style to the one we have out there. Similar instrumentation, and even some of the melodies are similar. Ooh. And I did talk to Eliana. She mentioned she was going to do some random scripting of sound effects. And for those that don't know what that means, is basically there are random sound effects that'll happen. Not in any sort of pattern. But you can hear like rocks crumbling. And I'm sure we'll hear some like water dripping and I don't even know what else, but I'm excited for it. Oh, this is so cool. And it just transitions back out to this. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. All right, though, that is all of the world that has changed. There's also some just general housekeeping things that have changed as well that I'll cover while I collect logs, because I need a lot of it. I need birchwood to upgrade the axe, and then from there I need 300 oak wood to unlock, or to build a bridge, which we're totally doing. Anyway, save support has been expanded to not only include your progression with quests and pretty much your shells, and I think that was it, but it now also includes building hotspots, which would be that bridge, or there's another bridge over there. Let's say we were to repair that at some point. It would save, and it'll be there next time we load in, which is awesome. Also, the farmer's log has been introduced, and that will save. I'll cover the farmer's log more in another episode, or I say episode, in another video. Because right now, if you press L, it shows fish, and that's it. It'll be expanded to contain pretty much everything you'd expect to find. I would imagine relationships with villagers, though this is all speculation. Crops, how many you've sold, best quality, what season stuff grows in, all that kind of stuff. That'll be available in the farmer's log. But right now, it's just for fish. This is all saves as well. World pickups save, which For those of you farming mega onion seeds, I'm sorry, that is no longer going to be doable. Unless you just restart your game over and over and over again and just farm the one in different files. Your tools and their upgrades will save, as well as crops and processors, which again, I will cover that in another video. But keep in mind, all of these save features will be able to be saved. However, they did caution us that it'll only be available from one build, or from within this current build. So if we get an update that fixes bugs, or we get another update at the end of the month, which is supposed to be happening, it may or may not transfer over to that. So just be prepared to lose everything several times over until we get the full build of the game. Another thing that's been changed is the day-night cycle. I think there's a note in the patch notes that say day and night have been adjusted to have more accurate values. I don't think that means time-wise. It's been confirmed that the day-night cycle is about 4 times faster than what it will be. And it's still going pretty fast. Like, the sun should not be moving that incredibly quick. But it does. And lastly, the last little bug fix that has been done is there's a white flickering artifact that's been removed from the grass. I don't actually know what that's referring to, but if we do a quick little side-by-side of the grass, I mean, you can see it for yourself, maybe. I'm saying this before I even edit, so who knows. Alright, last thing for this video is to check out what is across the bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and farm up enough oak wood logs to get us across, and we'll go exploring. Alright, quick interjection. Some things I've noticed while messing around here. I've slept for 3 days, and I've only been cutting down oak wood trees. Not a single oak wood tree has respawned in either of my buildable areas, or farmable areas, which is crazy. Also, some of the trees, and I don't know if this is intentional, but look at this. So I can cut down a birch tree. This tree is supposed to be an oak wood tree, but if you look at its shape, you can see it's a little bit fatter at the bottom than it is at the top. This tree right here is the same width at the bottom as it is the top. I can cut this one down, no problem. This is oak wood. I'm getting oak wood logs from it. I won't be able to cut this one down though. Apparently it's not strong enough. So either another tree has been added, or they just beefed up the maple trees to make them not the little twigs, which I think might be the case. But there's some left behind. I don't know, and the leaves don't look... Well, no, they do look different. Those are definitely different trees. The one directly to my right and the one straight back. Okay, so the maples have been beefed up to make not so skinny. That's one thing I didn't understand, is you need the highest upgrade of axe to cut down the dinkiest tree. So that's a nice change as well. Alright, I now have enough oak wood to build the bridge, but there's a couple glaring things that I'm realizing I forgot to cover. You'll see in the top right, not only do we have hours, days, months, years, and the season, we now also have the weather, which doesn't actually show in-game, but if it's sunny out, it'll be sunny. If it says it's raining, though, the effects of rain will take place, which I imagine means your crops will get watered, even though you don't actually see rain. But as far as a gameplay side of things is concerned, it thinks it's raining, so it'll treat it as such. Wow, that is expensive for a plank. That should either be way less expensive or look a little fancier, in my opinion. Ooh. Is this more coal? It probably is. Nothing interesting happens. We need an upgraded pick for that. Beautiful. Oh, and now we're falling. All right, though, ladies and gentlemen, that covers it for everything I could find, at least, or planned on covering in this build of the game. We're going to be covering, like I said, fishing, crops, animals, and the new buildable processors / machines in separate videos, which I think will be pretty exciting. And then to end things, if you press Alt-Z, you can hide the HUD, which is so nice for those that like making beautiful screenshots of the game. Because now I don't have to crop everything out. It's so nice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this quick and dirty video. The other two I'm planning on doing will probably be a little bit more structured, as there's a lot of content I have to get through, and I don't want it to take nearly as long as this video did. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with more FarmFolks content for you guys as soon as I am able. But until then, as always, take care.